Hi there, I'm Shannon Stubbs, the Member of Parliament for Lakeland and the Federal Official Opposition Shadow Minister for Energy and Natural Resources. You might have seen this morning that our leader Pierre Poilievre announced that Conservatives will bring forward the Canadian Sovereignty Act to legalize and turbocharge the development and construction of Canadian energy when Parliament starts again in the fall.
We need to get building now, and that's why the Conservative proposal for a Sovereignty Act will take action immediately.
Now, this common sense Conservative Act repeals the Liberals' anti-energy laws, like the Canadian oil and gas cap, which is the only one in the world of its kind, and limits Canadian energy development, like the no new pipelines and actually never build anything anywhere, Bill C-69, the shipping ban, Bill C-48, that blocks Canadian energy exports from reaching Asian markets, the costly federal industrial carbon tax that the U.S. doesn't impose on its businesses, the EV sales mandate that is unrealistic and too expensive for most Canadians and punishes Canadian retailers, the ridiculous plastics ban, and the Liberals' oil and gas censorship law that stops Canadian innovators and companies from talking about their world-leading environmental innovation and achievements. Conservatives want big projects to be built in Canada efficiently, safely, affordably, with Canadian materials for Canadian energy self-sufficiency, security, and sovereignty. That's why this morning, Pierre Poilievre called on Mark Carney to approve at least 2 new major export pipelines, a road to the Ring of Fire, and 1 new greenfield LNG project by March 14th, which will be exactly 1 year since Mark Carney became Prime Minister. Now, you should hold Prime Minister Mark Carney accountable, and you know what? You can be forgiven for being skeptical of his commitment to Canadian energy and to Canadian resource workers. After all, half his cabinet ministers are exactly the same as the old ones, and Carney advised their anti-development government for the last half a decade. Now, almost 6 months ago, during the campaign, Mark Carney told Canadians that Canada would have to build infrastructure faster than ever before in an emergency to be elbows up in the world. He claimed to want to fast-track major projects urgently. But there are dozens of oil and gas, mining, uranium, and major infrastructure projects losing money and time right now in all the federal Liberal red tape and gatekeeping that he still hasn't fixed. Conservatives helped amend and improve Mark Carney's Bill C-5, but we did not block it because we've always consistently supported Canadian resource workers, innovators, and companies, and we have opposed the Liberals' anti-Canadian resource development laws, policies, and taxes at every step. Bill C-5 passed in June, but as Conservatives warned in committee, there's still no transparency or accountability to Canadians. It's been almost 6 months since the election when Carney was talking about building big projects, and it's been almost 2 months since the law he said would get it done within 2 years was passed. Conservatives know C-5 is a temporary workaround fix. It's necessary because of all the damage these same Liberals have done to stop resource development and exports in Canada. But it's not sufficient to make Canada truly self-reliable, affordable, and powerful in the long term. Conservatives know that what is necessary is a fix to the fundamentals. That's what the Conservatives' Canadian Sovereignty Act is all about. These are common sense solutions that protect Canadian sovereignty, strengthen Canadian energy development, and protect Canadian businesses. I will support this act. Do you think the Liberals will?